off as the Dutch will bat in the top half this time around. This time pitching for the Bells and delivering a ball just outside, running the count to 2-0. It's Jessica Alberts, the pitcher from Evergreen Park, Illinois. She went to Mother McAuley High School. So far this season for Jessica Alberts, a 4.67 ERA. She's 1-2 on the season. Anderson still looking to put one down, but takes the ball. It's 3-0. Anderson on the 3-0, lobs this one up to the middle, and it's going to drop. For a second, it looked like Richards was going to be able to get there, but instead, Anderson on a 3-0 pitch just kind of lobs one out into the middle of the field, and she gets on.
Now batting for the Flying Dutch, number 16, Shea Penny.
Shea Penny up now for the Dutch. Anderson taking off on the first pitch, and she's going to be there. That one's going to skip into shallow right. She's not going to be able to advance on the play. So now Autumn Anderson on second base with nobody down. Bunt being laid down here, but that's going to go foul. Penny can't get the job done. Sacrifice bunts have certainly been a struggle so far today. So the count evened up at 1 apiece now. Penny still standing there in the box. Tries to bunt again, and once again can't get it down. Really just need to get the bat out in front and see it, trying to drag away. The Dutch have not been able to successfully get the sacrifice bunt down today, and continues as Penny's now got 2 strikes. One and two. Penny pops this one up, back out of play. So still 1 and 2. So now the 1-2 delivery again. This one, ground ball towards the middle, going to be fielded and thrown over by Jamie Young for the out. But a productive out there for Penny to move the runner up to third base. Anderson with 1 out. In a great position to score. Sierra Muchler up to the plate, needs nothing more than a fly ball to get the Dutch a run in the first inning. Runs were so hard to come by in the first game. Be huge if the Dutch could get one across the board right away. First pitch taken up high. Ed Flores back behind home plate to umpire this game, and Craig Kuipers moves out into the field for the second half of this doubleheader. So 1-0 now. Muchler swings at the pitch, up and in. And the Dutch have certainly been chasing some pitches out of the zone today. That hasn't helped with the offensive production. It's 1-1 now to Muchler. Alberts takes the sign and the delivery. That one made it about 35 feet and hop back to Busfield behind the plate. 2-1. Two-one pitch. It's a squeeze, and Muchler with a beautiful job laying it down. And the throw's high. First baseman off the bag. Didn't get back down. And that's going to be safe over there Muchler on the high throw. She'll be on base on the throwing error from Chapman. And Richards was over to cover at first base. The second baseman wasn't able to get up and make the catch, still up in the air. And no doubt Muchler's safe over at first base. The first baseman was up off the bag, was just beat there. Head coach Kelly Zatch out there to try and argue her perspective, but looked from here as though Muchler was indeed safe. So now Jenna Maury up to the plate. Hitting in the cleanup spot. Maury drove in both runs for the Dutch to help them pick up the win in the first game. Takes the ball low there. So now it's 1-0. Albert's taking her time, getting the sign. Delivers a pitch high. So 2-0 now. Sierra Muchler stands on first base still. 2-0 count here, one down. Maury takes the pitch and outside corner strike. So now 2-1. Maury takes that pitch low. Good job to lay off. So Maury still ahead 3-1 here. One out, a chance to drive a ball here. Outside, off the plate. Oh, called the strike on the black. Look from here, it was in the left-handed batter's box. But on the 3-1 pitch, called the strike. So now it's a full count on Maury. This one inside, she turns on this one and rips it a mile. Foul. So it'll stay full count. So full count delivery again for Alberts, who picked up a generous strike on the 3-1 count. Delivers Maury, pops this one up foul, and the at-bat continues.
Am I not right, Darren? Is that the way to go out? It's so going to be there.
So full count, one out here. Hope already with a 1-0 lead, and Maury is hanging around, staying alive. She'll have another full count pitch coming up here, making Jessica Alberts work hard here in the first inning. Still sunny and 54 degrees, not much change here on the campus of Hope College. Slight breeze blowing out in foul territory toward the left field foul pole. And Maury, 3-2 pitch, she pops this shallow right field. Coming in to make the play is Mackenzie Duncan. So after a long at bat, it's just a pop out shallow right. 2 down now for the Dutch with one runner on first base. Muchler still waiting over there. And Sammy Adams coming up to the plate.
Sammy Adams.
Adams waiting for a couple softballs to come in after Maury fouled a few off. Busfield back in behind home plate. Sammy Adams steps in to the left-handed batter's box. Adams went 2 for 3 in game number 1. First pitch taken high. Muchler was off stealing. She slides in safely, gets the hand on the front of the bag. Decent throw for Busfield. But Muschler able to cruise in there. So the runner on second now with 2 outs. Sarah Muschler picks up her 6th stolen base of the season, excuse me. 1-0 now. Pitch in top of the zone for a strike. It's 1-1. Hope with a 1-0 lead here in the top of the first. 2 down and Muschler out on second. Chance for Sammy Adams to drive in a run. 1-1 count. Turns on this one, drives it right field. First step in, and it's going to get over the head of Mackenzie Duncan, who misread that fly ball. Adams going to round second, go all the way for third. She's going to have to get dirty, and the tag comes in time. She is tagged out at third, but able to drive in the run off the double. And Mackenzie Duncan took the first couple steps in, and that allowed the line drive for Adams to fall over her head. A double and an RBI for Sammy Adams. The Dutch have a lead, 2-0, headed to the bottom of the first. So the Dutch pick up 2, top half of the first. Now it's the chance for the Bells in the bottom half. Jamie Young, the leadoff hitter, and the shortstop stepping up to the plate. 1-0 count there. Now takes one inside corner. It's a strike, 1-1. 1-1 pitch delivered inside. Kate Laverty out in the circle, starting this game number 2 for the Dutch. 1-1 pitch is fouled off, out of play. Laverty back in the circle. 1-2 count. To Jamie Young. Laverty with the delivery outside corner. Got Young fishing for it, and she pops it out second base. Muschler underneath for the easy put out. So 1 down.
Now batting for St. Mary's, number 9, Sarah Callis.
Laverty on the year, a 2.43 ERA, and she's got a 9-4 record. A senior out here pitching game number 2 of senior day. She's gone 3 complete games this year, 77 2/3 innings pitched overall. Delivers this one, leaves it up high. It's 2-0. That one fouled. Hard fouled on the left field line. 2-1 now. Long strike for Sarah Callis, the left fielder. Two and one. Laverty toes up the rubber. Back into the circle. Here's the pitch, and this one's grounded right back up the middle, and Laverty stabs it out of midair. A nice play there. Pitcher feeling her position to help out her own cause. 2 down now. Bottom of the first.
Now batting for St.
That'll bring up the
Mary's.
3-hitter for St.
Number
Mary's.
6.
The center fielder, number 6, Cassie Young. And Young leads the way for the Bells. Hitting .495 on the season. Starts every game. And plays center field, so a big impact player for the Bells. First pitch strike, it's 0-1.
If more people knew all about that, that's all you would get for graduation presents.
Now trying to lay down a bunt. Young Laverty couldn't field it this time. Fired over to first base. Not held, so that's going to be a bunt single. The 3-hitter Cassie Young. Laverty, after making a nice play this time, didn't get over in time to cut that off. Muchler didn't have a chance.
Now batting for St. Mary's.
Coming across,
13.
try and cover the bag.
Raymer.
So a 2-out bunt single for Cassie Young. And that'll bring Morgan Raymer up to the plate. She takes a ball low. .1-0 pitch here. This one's driven over. That one looked like it might have been caught, but scooped the dirt. So the throw over to first made, put out from Muchler to Penny. That'll retire the side. 1 hit, nobody scores for St. Mary's, headed to the top of the second. We're back and just about ready to start the top of the second. It'll be Haley Reitzma leading off. Just an update for the Hope baseball team. They just won game 1 of their doubleheader down in Angola, over Trine by a score of 13-0. The Bats have been alive for the Dutchman baseball team all year. They continue that. So they've got the win there. They've taken 2 out of 3 from Trine. They'll start their second one in about a half an hour. Reitzma, first pitch, pops it in foul territory toward her own dugout. Play could not be made by Magawa over at first base. So Reitzma has new life. Down in the count, 0-1. Jessica Albert's back into the circle after giving up 2 runs, and she drops in a beautiful pitch for a strike, and it's 0-2 quickly. Reitzma has seen this count 3 times already today. So 0-2, Reitzma going to shorten up here, look to put something in play. Thought about reaching for that one. It's about split the left-handed batter's box down the middle. So it's 1-2. Alberts takes her sign from the dugout. One-two delivery. This one's going to drop in as well, but Reitzma turned on it out in front, fouls it down the third baseline. One and two coming again here. Reitzma went 1 for 3 in the first game. This one, she checked her swing up high, and they're going to say she didn't go. Very close. Pitch up at the eyes, and Reitzma thought about chasing it. We've seen that a few times today from the Dutch, and 2-2 now. Reitzma turns on this one, fouls it just out of play. 2-2 again. So Reitzma continuing to battle here after falling behind 0-2. Fouling off a few pitches. It's still 2-2 here. Albert stows out the rubber. Steps in. This one outside corner. Reitzma slaps it out into the right field corner. She's going to take off and go for the double here. She's going to slide in safely. Great hustle from the catcher, Haley Reitzma. She put it in the corner. And Mackenzie Duncan did a nice job out in right field to run that down, turn and fired it into second. But great hustle. And it's a leadoff double here in the second inning. Maybe the offense is turning around here for hope. So Katie Singer, the DH, stepping into the right-handed batter's box. We'll see if she tries to move Reitzma over here. Drops down the bunt. That's going to do the job. Fired over to first base for the out. And Singer able to get the sacrifice in play to move Reitzma over to third base now with one out. And it's a chance for Katrina Ellis to drive in the run. Well, corners are in here for St. Mary's, so Ellis just needs to look to hit something up the middle of the field. It should be a run. Any fly ball or ground ball that isn't to the corners of the pitcher. Get the job done. This one outside. Taken for a ball. So 1-0 here. Ellis with a great chance to extend her team's lead early on. And if the pitching defense is anything like it was in game one, it'll almost be enough for them to coast their way through. Ellis takes a strike here, 1-1 now. Alberts again, taking the sign, checks to the wristband. 1-1 delivery here. She grounds this one up toward the middle at shortstop, and Reitzma wasn't moving, and that's an out. So Reitzma stays at third with one out and a ground ball heading up the middle towards short. Reitzma making sure it got through, I suppose, hit hard enough that she was capped at third base. So that'll bring it down to the 9-hitter in the lineup, Noelle Jackson, the left fielder. Freshman stepping in. Big spot here. Chance of driving a run with 2 outs. Reitzma still waits at third. First pitch, she swings right through it. So 0-1, Jackson behind early on in the count here. Two down here. Bell's trying to get out of it. Jackson grounds us over to shortstop. Going to be a tough play. She's got a lot of speed. Looks like she was out by maybe half a step. They're going to call her safe. She hustles and beats this one out, and that's going to score a run. Very close play down at first base. So the Dutch pick up one more. They lead 3-0 here in the top of the second inning. So Anderson steps in, the left-handed batter's box. First pitch she takes up high for a strike there. So it's 0-1. 0-1 count now, 2 down. Anderson in the box. Takes this one down in the dirt. Nice job by Busfield to keep that one in front. So 1-1 count now. Still 2 down. The Dutch looking to add to the inning here as they lead 3-0. Anderson goes after this one low and away. Throws offline, and Jackson pulls in second base for a steal. And great to see her move up if you're a Hope fan. Anderson may be down 1-2 in the count here, but a chance. Driving a run, runner in scoring position. Anderson been hitting a bit slow as of late. Now a chance here, 1-2. 2 down and a fast runner on second base with 2 outs. Heading on contact. Would probably be driving a run, but instead she strikes out. And that's going to do it here. 3 outs. We're heading to the bottom of the second. Dutch get a run, and they get up 3-0. Ready to go here, bottom of the second. It's Kayla Chapman leading things off for St. Mary's, and she fouls the first pitch out of play. Kate Laverty back out onto the mound. Gave up just one hit in the first inning. This one's driven out to right field. Sammy Adams going back. She's going to turn, and off the opposite shoulder she was initially running, makes a nice catch to get the first out. That ball was driven pretty well by Chapman. Sammy Adams able to show off some athleticism to run that one down. We'll bring up Caitlin McGowan, the first baseman. First pitch is the ball. Grounded hard to shortstop. Maury picks it up, fires on over to first, and she will throw McGowan out for the second out. 2 down now.
Now batting for St. Mary's, number 11, Jillian Busfield.
So Busfield, the catcher for the Bells, up to the plate now with 2 down here. Laverty's worked a pretty quick inning so far. 1-0 here. This one outside. Busfield helped her out. Reaching for that one a bit. 1-1 now. So now 1-1 count. 2 down here, bottom of the second. Grounded foul. Busfield was out in front. Get that ball back into play. And Kate Laverty's out ahead of Busfield. This one left outside, 2-2. So count even up. 2's across the board, 2-2 with 2 down. Delivery outside corner and flown out to shallow left. Anderson gonna cruise in and make the play, and that'll do it for the bottom of the second. Nobody on base at all for the Bells. Nothing doing. Heading now to the top of the third, the Dutch with a 3-0 lead.
For St. Mary's.
Ready to go here for the top of the third inning. Mary Green into pitch now for the Bells. Jessica Alberts coming out after pitching a couple of innings, giving up 3 runs. So we could see pitcher by committee here every couple innings for the Bells. Penny up to the plate now for the Dutch. First pitch up high. She leaves it for a ball. One and 0. This one outside. Penny with a good eye. Runs the count to 2-0. 2-0 coming here. This one right down the middle. And Penny takes it for a strike. 2-1. This time Penny pounds one into the dirt foul down the first baseline. It's 2-2 now.
Yeah, Nancy, you can actually tilt down a little bit more.
So 2-2 delivery here. That one drops in for strike 3. Penny watched it go all the way. Watched the 2-0 pitch go by and gets beat on the off speed. 2-2. Dutch hitters got to get aggressive in these 2-0 counts, these 3-1 counts. And now look to walk, but start driving the ball when they get good pitches to hit. Green gets the strikeout. One down here in the third. First pitch, Muchler punches it over. Second base, didn't get around on the inside fastball. Got it sawed off. And an easy play for Kelsey Richards. 2 down now.
Now batting for the Flying Dutch, number 14, Jenna Mori.
And that'll bring up Jenna Mori, and I guess if you want somebody at the plate today, it's her. She knocked in both runs in the first game for the Dutch. This time takes a strike to start the at-bat. So 0-1 now with 2 outs, and Mori turns and grounds this one straight to third base. Chapman toss it over to McGowan, and that'll retire the side. 1-2-3 inning for the Dutch. Still lead 3-0 heading to the bottom of the third. Starting here, bottom of the third, rather. Bell's getting the last bats here in the second game of the doubleheader. Mackenzie Duncan up to the plate. She hit a home run in game number 1. Takes this first pitch up high. Laverty back out for her third inning of work. This one driven out into the gap in right center. That's going to get down. Duncan's got at least a double. Anderson's going to fire it in and hold her right there at second base. So a couple extra base hits now for Mackenzie Duncan now. The slap hitter that likes to turn the ball out in the right field. Laverty in her first 2 innings gave up just 2 hits. But St. Mary's not able to score. Now a third hit. Here in the third, we're on second to start things off. We'll see if St. Mary's can get it done. They're going to try and bunt her over. Ellis in to make the play, fires over to first, and she gets it done. But so does Kelsey Richards, bunts the runner over to third base. Now a chance back to the top of the order for Jamie Young to drive in a run. Young batting darn near 500 this year. Can put one in here. It's a bunt back to the pitcher's mound. There's going to be a play at home. Reitzma's got the tag down in time. It's an out. And pitchers have had some huge plays so far defensively for the Dutch as Young put the bunt right back to the circle. Laverty was ready and gave the backhand toss to Reitzma in position to make the tag right in front of home plate. She held on to the ball. And there's 2 down now, just like that. St. Mary's with just a runner on first. Great run scoring opportunity turned into not much at all. And now this one's flied out into center. Lazy can of corn for Anderson to get under. And just like that, 3-0 still. Hope leads after 3 innings. We're headed to the top of the 4th right after this.
Bottom of the 3rd inning. Leading off the
Here we
top of
go
the
for the
4th
top of the
inning,
4th inning
number
here at
6,
Walters Softball
Sammy
Stadium.
Adams.
Still mid-50s, sunny. Not too many clouds to be seen in the sky. It's a beautiful day for some softball. And Sammy Adams leads things off in the 4th for the Dutch, who bat in the top half. In the second game, Adams takes a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Dutch out to a 3-0 lead. Only got 2 in an extra inning win in the first game, so already looking better on that aspect. The defense has been solid too. Laverty with a great play. Keep the Bells off the board in the bottom half of the 3rd. 1-1 now to Adams, 2 for 3 in the first game, and that's how she did it, laying down a couple bunts. She tried dragging here again, but takes the ball. It's 2-1. Adams, the junior lefty, awaits the 2-1 delivery. This one low and away. A great count here for Adams, 3-1 to step in and rip one. She turned one over the right fielder Mackenzie Duncan's head last time at the plate. See if she can do it again here. Got a great count. 3-1 pitch right down the middle. She chops it towards second. Going to be a quick play, and it's made on time by Kelsey Richards over to first, and Adams grounds out on the 3-1 count. 1 down now for the Dutch.
Number 17, Haley Reitzma.
And now Reitzma steps into the batter's box. First pitch strike on the outside corner. Mary Green rolls that one back in to the edge of the plate. 0-1 now to Reitzma. Reitzma now turns on this one, a changeup. Grounds it to short. Nice backhand play for Jamie Young. And a nice throw as she fires it on to first base for the second put out of the inning. And right there, Reitzma just saw an off-speed pitch she liked up in the zone, but just still couldn't stay back enough out in front. Rolled over it, pounded it into the ground toward the shortstop. First pitch, that one's hit hard to third base. Going to be a close play, but Singer, after one pitch, is thrown out over at first base. So just like that, we're heading to the bottom of the 4th. Dutch can't pick anything up. Still with a 3-0 lead. Bells with a chance to respond. Ready to go here for the bottom half of the fourth. Laverty back in the circle for the Dutch. Delivers a strike. First pitch on the outside corner to Cassie Young. 3-hitter for the Bells. Young in her second at bat. She's 1 for 1 today. Lays down a nice bunt. And that one is just off the glove of Muchler coming over to cover. And a nice play down there. To be picked up there down the baseline.
Batting for St. Mary's, number 13.
Penny, but just a tough angle on the throw. She fired it over. But a base hit in the end for Cassie Young. Now 2 for 2. Nice pitch as Laverty's throwing hard here in the fourth. Morgan Raymer back up to the plate, the DH for the Bells. It's 0 for 1 today in this second game. Grounded out her first time up. So now it's 1-1. Laverty leaves this one up again. It's 2-1. This one grounded towards short. Chance for a double play here. Muchler steps on the bag, fires to first, and they got it done. Maury started it with a nice flip. Muchler with a nice turn, a crisp throw, and a double play. Had the runner out by 3 steps. That's tailor-made as they come.
Now batting for St. Mary's.
So quickly for the Dutch, 2 outs now in the bottom of the fourth. And that's going to bring up Kayla Chapman to the plate. First pitch, Laverty tried pulling the string, left it in the dirt. Chapman 0 for 1 so far. Takes one up and in here. So 1-1 count now. This one sliced down into shallow right field, and Sammy Adams with a quick break on the ball. First step, able to come in and make the play. So 3 up, 3 down, the bottom of the fourth for the Bells. Dutch headed back to the plate with a 3-run lead in the top of the fifth.
St. Mary's.
Here we go.
Leading off the
Ready to start the top of the fifth inning.
Dutch, number 4, Katrina Ellis.
Katrina Ellis is going to get things going. Green back out of the circle for the Bells. Ellis fouls the first pitch off her leg. Ellis 0 for 1. She grounded out her first at bat. Ellis shows bunt, pulls it back. 1-1 here. So now 1-1 counts evened up to Ellis to start off top half of the fifth here. Inside fastball couldn't quite catch up after trying to pull the fake bunt back. So now it's 1-2. out in front on the off speed here.
Okay, good. Staying with one.
So still 1-2 here to Alice. Mary Green came on and has pitched 2 innings so far. The third and the fourth. And didn't quite get the snap on that drop ball attempt there and left it high. So now 2-2. This one left way high again. Busfield had to hop up just to keep it from going to the screen. Full count now. Full count pitch. This one grounded softly towards shortstop. Jamie Young comes across her, throws off the line. Ellis is going to try and hustle the second. Instead, she holds back as it hopped all the way back to McGowa. And Ellis not wanted to take a chance there. Nobody down, getting on base. And
Now batting for the Flying Dutch,
gifted a base runner with a Dutch on the throwing error
Noel Jackson.
by Jamie Young, and that'll bring Noel Jackson up to the plate. Anytime you get your 8-hitter on base to start the inning, it's always a good sign. Bring up the speed of Jackson, and she's got a bunt. She's going to lay this one down. It's going to be a close play, and she's safe over at first base. So now runners on first and second with nobody out. And back to the top of the lineup here are the Dutch. They've got something brewing here. The top of the fifth, already up 3-0,
Batting for the
looking to
Flying
get some
Dutch,
insurance.
Number 2, Autumn Anderson.
The way their pitching and defense has gone so far today, it would appear they might have enough as it is, but always good to get some more comfortable insurance runs. Anderson tries laying this bunt down, and it goes foul. So 0-1 to Anderson here. Takes the signs from Coach V. Steps back into the batter's box. Here's the pitch. Looked to lay it down again. Left that one up and away. So 1-1 here. Count even up to 1-1. Anderson now does lay down the bunt. It's going to be a close play over at first again, and this time they call Anderson out on the close play. I can pretty much promise you he's going to call her out regardless there on the close play. Last time called safe. That's usually the way it goes. But Anderson does a good job moving the runners up to second and third now with nobody out.
16,
Anderson in a bit of a slump for her standards. Really wanted the base hit there. Wasn't happy to be called out. So now one down. This one's sliced and it's caught down at third base by Kayla Chapman on the first pitch. It's just like that. The Dutch have 2 outs. Runners
now
on
batting
second
for
and
the
third.
Flying Dutch, number 5, Sierra Muchler.
So second and third here, 2 down. Muchler, first pitch, he chops it over Chapman's head. They're going to send 2 runs home, and Noel Jackson's going to get all the way in easily from second base, and 2 more runs come across from the base hit from Sierra Muchler. She chopped it over the head. The third baseman, Kayla Chapman, sliding in safely, and she gets a double out of it as that ball went down the line.
Now batting for the Flying Dutch, number 14.
So 5-0. The Dutch are in the lead. They've got 2 outs here, but runner on second base. Chance to drive in. One more. First pitch, Maury hits it to shortstop. That one's booted. It's going to trickle into center field, and that's going to be another run. Muchler will come around to score easily. And Maury, off the error, is going to end up picking up the RBI.
2 down. There's 2 down. How many outs are there?
2 down here in the fifth. Runner on first base. So the error there for Jamie Young.
Who scored?
Muchler comes around. And we're going to have a visit to the mound here for a moment. as St. Mary's trying to figure things out, down 5-0 here in the top of the fifth. Looks like they're going to stay with Mary Green for now with 2 outs. And Maury on first base. Sammy Adams back up to the plate.
Now batting for the Flying Dutch, number 6, Sammy Adams.
Adams 1 for 2, drove in a run, and with a double. Back in this time, takes first pitch for a strike at the knees over the heart of the plate. So 0-1 pitch. Coming here from Green. Inside corner, Adams. This one hits her while she's in the box. So foul ball. 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch coming here. Adams right back to the mound. Green floats it over to McGowan at first base to finally retire the side. The Dutch pick up 3 more runs. They've got a 6-0 lead heading to the bottom of the 5th. So we're headed to the bottom of the 5th. It's a 6-0 lead for the Dutch over the Bells of St. Mary's.
Leading off the bottom of the 5th inning for St. Mary's.
Kate Laverty back into the circle.
Number 16,
Caitlin McGowan, the first baseman, to lead things off for the Bells. Laverty in 4 innings has given up just 3 hits. This one's grounded to Maury on the first pitch. She fields, throws on over to first, makes the play. 1 pitch, 1 out for Laverty here. He's now through 4 1/3, just 3 hits, hasn't given up a run. No strikeouts, but also no walks. Doing a great job just making good pitches. And the Bells getting themselves out. This time grounded to Maury again at short. Fires over to first. 2 pitches, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. And the Bells helping things move along quickly. It's a beautiful afternoon. Nobody minds being at the ballpark. But 2 pitches, 2 outs, and Mackenzie Duncan up now. She's got a double and a home run so far today in over the course of the doubleheader. She swings at the first pitch but doesn't make contact, so once again we avoid the 3-pitch inning. Laverty ahead 0-1 here. Here's the pitch. Swung on, grounded up the middle. That's going to be a base hit for Mackenzie Duncan. Duncan rolls one through the middle infield, and Kelsey Richards now to the plate with 2 outs and a runner on first base. But instead of Kelsey Richards, it looks as though we're going to see a pinch hitter here. Coming up to the plate instead, it'll be Kayla Raymer, who had a chance to pitch hit in game number 1. She's going to get that chance as well here. Kayla Raymer, the righty, stepping into the box.
Pinch hitter for St. Mary's.
So with 2 down, a runner on first.
Number 22.
Raymer going to get her chance. Duncan over at first base.
Sometimes I like to mix it up for the fans.
Outside corner, Reitzma thought about snap throw down to first. Just gave a look to Duncan.
Sometimes I go down like this.
0-1.
Now batting for the St. Mary's. It's 1-2.
Raymer looks at the 0-1 pitch. This time it is a snap throw back to first. Reitzma just keeping the runner in check with 2 outs. Don't want her to move in a scoring position. That pitch a ball. It's 1-1. 1-1 pitch, low and in. Reitzma picked it up. 2-1 count now. Laverty with the 2-1 delivery inside corner. Nice stab down the line by Katrina Ellis to end the inning. Great defensive work continues for the Dutch. They're errorless. The Bells have 3 errors. 6 hits for the Dutch so far in this game. Good enough for 6 runs. Bells still haven't been able to get on the board. And they won't have a chance again here as the Dutch are back out for the top of the 6th to hit. Try and grow that 6-0 lead right after this. We're back here at Walters Softball Stadium where the Hope College Flying Dutch have a 6-0 lead over the Bells from St. Mary's College. Haley Reitzma to lead things off here. It's Mary Green back into the circle for the Bells. Right now the Dutch is looking to add some insurance as they look like they're well on their way to getting the doubleheader sweep on the day. First pitch taken down and in. It's a ball. 1-0 now. Reitzma 1 for 2 today, had a double. Also went out down the line. She scored a run as well. Good for 2 for 5 so far on the day. Ground ball right to the middle, off the feet of Mary Green. And that's going to end up safe at first base as Busfield came out and tried to make the play. So ricochet off of Mary Green's legs, and she seems okay for now. Reitzma ends up on first. We're going to get a pinch runner here coming in for Reitzma. Coach V having a word with home plate umpire Ed Flores. And here comes the pinch runner for Hope.
It's 12.
Trying to figure out the pinch runner here for Hope.
Now batting for the Flying Dutch, number 19, Katie Singer.
Singer up to the plate now. Grounded right up the middle. They're going to throw on to second, make the play there. Singer beats it out at first. And that was Vanessa Brockhouse running. And she is thrown out in the fielder's choice at second base. So now 1 down. And Singer on at first base. We'll get another pinch runner. And it looks as though that's Alex Norp.
18.
Excuse me, instead. Kate Laverty on to run.
Now batting for the Flying Dutch, number 4, Katrina Ellis.
Katrina Ellis into the box now, the righty for the Dutch. Steps into bunt. This one ruled foul late, but eventually ruled foul. Ellis put it pretty close to home plate there. Not sure if that was in fair territory or not. So 0-1. Ellis pulls back the bunt, drives this one into left center field. That's in the gap, and that's down. Laverty going to pull into third. So a one-out double for Katrina Ellis after a nice play to end the fifth. Comes out and drives a double into the gap.
Now batting for the Flying Dutch.
So now Noelle Jackson with the chance, the 9-hitter.
Jackson.
2 for 2 today. She scored a run and she's driven in a run. And a chance to drive in a couple more right here with one out, runners on second and third. Jackson watches that one drop down into the middle of the plate for a strike. So Jackson down 0-1 here. With one down, we're in the top of the sixth. Jackson out in front again. And it's quickly 0-2 if you're Jackson here. Runners in position to score. You don't want to strike out. At least put something in play. Chop a ball. Let it get deep and chop one over to the right side. You can score a run if you get a ball deep to second base. This one, she fouls off and stays alive. Still 0-2 after the foul ball. One out here. Hope looking to add some insurance. It's only 2 more chances for the Bells to come back. This one inside, she grounds to third base. It's through the legs of Kayla Chapman. That's going to let a run come home. Kate Laverty's in. Ellis moves up to third. And now Noelle Jackson trades places with Laverty up to second base there. Still one out. And looks like we might see a change coming in here for St. Mary's. Hope up 7-0. Runners on second and third again with just one out. So it looks like we will see a new pitcher coming into the game. Sarah Burke to take the circle. We'll take a break to pause for pitching change and be right back after this. Pitching change made, and it's Anderson in the box. She swings at the first pitch. Runners on second and third here. Just one out. Big runs out there. 8-run rule coming into effect if they can hold St. Mary's in the bottom half of the inning. If they can get a run across here. Right now 7-0. Anderson lays down a bunt. She pops it up. And Anderson's struggles continue as she tried laying down the bunt. Popped it right back up to Sarah Burke in the pitcher's circle. So now there are 2 outs.
Now batting for the Flying Dutch, number 16, Shea Penny.
So now 2 down. Penny Steps into the batter's box, chance to drive in a couple runs. Burke gets a first out with 2 pitches. There's a strike called. Burke with an 0-1 count here on Shea Penny, who's 0 for 3 today. She fouls this one straight back. Strike 3 as Penny went chasing outside on 3 pitches. The Dutch leave 2 runs out there on the board. They pick one up. It's a 7-0 lead heading to the bottom of the 6th. So here we go now, heading to the bottom of the 6th. And at the top of the order, coming around now for St. Mary's, it's Jamie Young.
Bottom of the 6th inning for St. Mary's. Number 2, Jamie Young.
7-0 deficit here for the Bells. Grounded right back on the first pitch to the mound. Laverty tosses over to first and gets the out. So we're going to go the full 7 here. The Dutch can scratch across an 8th run there in the 6th.
Sarah Callis.
St. Mary's getting the last bats here as the home team for the second game of the doubleheader. Laverty paints the outside corner. She's ahead 0-1 on Sarah Callis. Callis is 0 for 2 today in this second game. Second pitch, outside corner again, same spot. Callis is going to have to protect here now. In the hole, 0-2. 0-2 pitch. Dropped in outside. 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Grounded right back again to Laverty on the outside corner. She's got the Bells just reaching right now and tapping that into play. 2 down quickly in the bottom of the 6th.
Now batting for St. Mary's. Number 6, Cassie Young.
So now Cassie Young with a chance here. This one down and in for a ball on the first pitch. To Young, who's 2 for 2 so far today. This one grounded up the middle, and Young finds yet another base hit. Seems to be just about the only one who can get on. She's got 3 out of 5 St. Mary's hits. 2 players ground out to the pitcher, but Young somehow finds a way to chop it over the head of the pitcher, Kate Laverty. So sometimes it's just your day. As Cassie Young's found herself up and on 3 times out of 3. So now Morgan Raymer, the DH, hitting the cleanup spot. Takes that first pitch for a strike. So it's 0-1. Nice pitch there, had Raymer out in front. So quickly, Laverty is up in front, 0-2. This one inside, turned on by Raymer. Kelly Zach, head coach for the Bells, jumping out of the way there. It's still 0-2. This one grounded over to third. On the off-speed pitch, fired over to first. Katrina Ellis gets the put out. Laverty with the off-speed had Raymer out in front, and a great inning there. Just the one single, nothing doing again for the Bells. We've got one inning left here. 7-0 lead for Hope. They'll bat here, top of the seventh.
Number 5.
Ready to go now. Top of the seventh, 7-0 lead for the Dutch over the Bells. First pitch low and in, taken for a ball. So now, with a 1-0 count, ball taken outside by Muchler. 2-0. Muchler with a 2-0 count here. Nice pitch to C right there, but she gets underneath it, flies out to shallow right center. Tough play, ranging all the way over, made by the center fielder, Cassie Young, and there's one out.
Now batting for the Flying Dutch. Number 14, Jenna Morey.
Jenna Morey up to the plate now for the Dutch. Seven zero. Hope still on top here with one down. Morey, the hero in game one. She's 0 for 3 in this second game, but the rest of the team's picked it up. She rips one to shortstop. Fired over, and the play made by Jamie Young. So Morey really stung that one, but won't be rewarded. 2 outs now.
Now batting for
Sammy
the Flying
Adams
Dutch.
coming up to the plate.
Number 6, Sammy Adams.
This is me as my boy face, but with the boy face put back on me, so it looks.
So now Adams, left-handed batter's box.
Oh my gosh.
Strike on the outside corner from Green.
You were supposed to play that.
Is it working, everyone?
Turn to the left a little bit.
0-1 count here now to Sammy Adams. Burke delivers. Adams went to bunt, and that one's a ball.
Barely on place.
1-1 count now, 2 down.
Darren, you don't have
1-1
Have to
taken. Outside corner, it's 1-2 on Adams. 1-2 count here with 2 down. Adams swings at that one, pops it out foul.
Which one do you go to?
Over here, the open, the
On Otto Beach Road
always open one.
or the restaurant?
We'll kind of go to the restaurant one.
So Adams steps back into the box
No, actually
after fouling that last pitch off with a 1-2 count, 2 outs here in the 7th, and watches this one drop into the dirt. She wasn't fooled.
to find. I may actually have to go back to my office for a little bit.
It's Saturday.
I know.
Ew.
So 2-2.
Mistakes.
Adams has worked the count back even. Delivery now, and now full. 3-2 with 2 outs. So Sammy Adams, who's 1 for 3 today with a double and an RBI, got a full count here against Sarah Burke. Burke on the rubber. Here's the pitch. She slaps this one short, grounder over to third. It's going to be tough, but the play is made by Kayla Chapman coming across. That'll retire the side. Heading to the bottom of the 7th. One last chance for the Bells, down 7-0 to try and come back. Headed to the bottom of the 7th now. One last chance for the Bells as they trail
Leading off the bottom of the
Hope
7th,
7-0.
Number 12, Kayla Chapman.
It'll be Kayla Chapman. And first pitch, she flies one out in the right field. Sammy Adams peruses back to that one and makes the play. 1 pitch, 1 out. Seen this one before. Laverty continues to work. Laverty's 6 innings pitched so far, 6 1/3 now, just 5 hits. Still does not have a strikeout, but hasn't given up a run, and that's all that matters. This pitch in, a little low for a ball. This one in the dirt again. It's 2-0.
My cousin had a kid like when he was really young, so she just still lives at home. He's
2-0 here to McGowa. Grounds this one over to short. Maury steps back in the hole. Long throw and a good stretch at first base by Shea Pinney, and the out is made. Maury has been solid today from shortstop on senior day. So 2 down here. The Dutch are
Now batting for
1 out away
number 11.
from a Saturday sweep of this doubleheader. But it'll be Jillian Busfield up to the plate, 0 for 2 so far in this game. First pitch, down and in for a ball. Busfield stands in and watches that second pitch drop in for a strike. Ed Flores going up with the right hand, calling that strike 1-1. Outside corner fouled straight back to the screen, and the Dutch are a strike away. Plenty of breathing room, so some comfortability there for Kate Laverty on the rubber with a 7-0 lead. 2 outs here. She's up 1-2 in the count. No strikeouts yet for Laverty. And that close missed right off the outside corner there. Could have been her first and only strikeout of the game. But it's 2-2 instead for Busfield. This time drops in. Soft liner to Jenna Maury. who will fittingly get the final put out today. And it's a 2-0 sweep here on Saturday at Walters Softball Stadium. The Dutch beat St. Mary's 7-0. Well, not quite as exciting as the first game, where the Dutch won in walk-off fashion in extra innings, but this time they just took care of business. The bats were out and rolling, and they had 8 hits, good for 7 runs, but they were helped by 4 errors for St. Mary's, who had 5 hits. Looking for St. Mary's, it was Cassie Young with 3 hits out of the 5. She went 3 for 3, and Mackenzie Duncan with the other 2, 2 for 2. So only 2 players came up with hits for St. Mary's. Albert started, only went 2, gave up 2 earned runs, 3 total. Mary Green gave up 4 runs, 3 of those earned in 3 1/3. Then Burt came in, shut things down the last inning in 2/3. Did not give up any runs. Each pitcher had a strikeout for the Bells. For Hope, Autumn Anderson 1 for 3 with a run scored. Muchler went 1 for 4, drove in 2 runs and scored 2. 1 for 4 for Sammy Adams, drove in a run as well. 2 for 3 for Noelle Jackson with a run and a RBI. Katrina Ellis 1 for 3 with the run scored as well off of a double. Totaling 8 hits, the Dutch were able to come up with 7 runs. Kate Laverty went the whole way, 7 innings pitched, did not strike out a single batter, but also did not walk any, just 5 hits through 7 innings in a huge shutout for Laverty, who's adding to a great season. The senior now has 4 complete games. I'm Blaine Wearsbicky. Thanks for tuning in as always. The Hope softball picking up the sweep over St. Mary's here at Walters Softball Stadium. Go enjoy the rest of your beautiful Saturday wherever you may be. We'll be back for the next sports stream. Thanks for tuning in.